r/AskReddit. What fictional character do you feel bad for the most? Any character that loses their glasses. Then while they are crawling on the ground looking for them, the glasses get broken. I have no idea why, but that moment always makes me feel worse than most other things. Why is everyone so mean to Charlie Brown? Also, Courage the Cowardly Dog had to put up with a lot of BS. No kidding, Charlie Brown does nothing but help his classmates all the time and just gets crap for it. It wouldn't have hit as hard if Merlin didn't know that they pick a mate for life. So a little boy's training lesson left that girl squirrel to be heartbroken for the rest of her life. The kid's like 12? How long do squirrels live anyway? Get the hell back in that tree and live a happy life with that girl squirrel, damn it. King of England can wait a few years. My mom thought that it was too sad, so when she would tell me this story she changed the ending and tell that just as her last match was about to go out, a woman saw the girl, took her home, gave her a nice bath and a room, and adopted her. Years later, when I was old enough, she told me the actual ending and that she had changed it on purpose. Goofy. I'm sure anyone around 30 or so who has seen the Goofy movie understands exactly what I mean. Oof. Yep, that was rough. He just wanted to spend time with Maximum. NGL Max was kind of an ass, especially in that scene right before he went to college. Like, damn, he spent all that time. You could have waited 15 minutes and eaten a nice home-cooked breakfast. Edit. It's come to my attention that I'm currently talking about an extremely goofy movie. OP that I replied to is referring to a goofy movie. Yes, I wish that. Cuts like a knife, man, it's horrible. All the kids that go to Hogwarts when HP went there. Shit, man. I'm just trying to create a potion that will make broccoli taste like chocolate. Now I gotta fight a war with giant snakes, racist wizards, and shit. Any citizen in the same city as a superhero. At some point that shit has to get old. Honey, an evil villain is going to release toxic gas at 5 PM if Pickle Man doesn't surrender himself. Are the gas masks in the kitchen cabinet or in the RV? Edited to add. I legit pulled Pickleman out of my ass and didn't know it was a real thing. Sorry for the unintentional reference. And by the time the heroes say we saved the city, 3/4 of the city is destroyed, radioactive, and on fire. Butters, this poor kid is always manipulated by his friends and grounded for everything. Butters, you're grounded. That line always makes me laugh but also feel so bad for him. Him and Edward Delacroix too. The one who talked to mice. But the ass butt of a young guard thought it would be funny not to wet the sponge. A word. I always felt bad for poor old Edward Scissorhands. His pop died before giving him real hands. And then he became a sex target for countless rappy middle-aged women. Klaus from the Umbrella Academy literally gets kidnapped and tortured for like 2 days without any of his siblings noticing. Also brought up seeing dead people, which would obviously screw up any child. Was locked in a cemetery for hours, etc. No one really cared about him and just saw him as a stoner and couldn't see the whole time he is basically calling out for help. Also Dave. Jack's friend in Titanic. Imagine. You sneak onto a world-class cruise with your best friend in the whole world, only for him to completely ignore you for a mediocre girl, only for you to ducking die when the ship sinks. Uncle Iroh. Compared to other fictional characters, he didn't go through that much, but damn, they make his pain feel so intense. Loses his son and then gets shamed for quitting because of it. Rickety Cricket. The episode he fell in love with the dog killed me. Doofenshmirtz. All the clone troopers. I feel so bad for them. They were just used by the Republic and then just thrown away after the Clone Wars. Jesse Pinkman. Ah man, life just would not let him sort himself out. He wasn't really bad, just broken. The bit where he covered for his kid brother's drugs, I think that was the real Jesse. Todd in the episode of Community where they divide into study groups. No offense. None taken. A single teardrop running down his face. Eeyore. Depression sucks. I was scrolling specifically for this comment, and I also remembered this, which makes me feel a little better. He had friends who liked and accepted just the way he was, and included him on all their adventures together. Everyone deserves friends like that. The squirrel in Ice Age. Poor fellow just wants his Akon. We were just watching this with my 5-year-old and my husband says he's some kind of squirrel rat. Oh my gosh. That's why his name's Scrat. And I just laughed because I never realized that either. Sydney Prescott. She's had, what, 8 different serial killers after her? Pretty much everyone she's known or dated has been brutally murdered. And all because she did nothing. She did nothing to deserve a life of torment. But wait, there's more. Another Scream is coming, so far only Dewey is confirmed. That's based on a true story. The only difference is the brother didn't die but went on to write the story plagued with guilt for not being able to save his sister. Oh man, don't tell me this. The only way I was able to not burst into tears at the mere mention of the film was that I thought it was fictional. Squidward. Was anything sadder than when he had to firmly grasp it? That one lady who gets picked up by the pterodactyls in Jurassic World and then almost drowns before getting picked up again only to be eaten by a mosasaurus. All she did was say her fiancé couldn't have a bachelor party. You know that had to be a writer trying to get back at his fiancé for not allowing him to have a bachelor party, so he figured he'd kill her fictionally. Frodo. He ends up burnt out, with severe PTSD, a missing finger, lasting blade venom and spit-abide toxic shock. His achievements are unknown in the Shire. He remains a casualty of the War of the Ring. Teddy from Westwood. Poor guy has been treated like shit by everyone. The Marsden Curse. Mace Hughes. R.I.P. Hughes. He dug too deep for the boys, but I believe he didn't regret a thing besides not being around for his daughter. Tom Robinson from To Kill a Mockingbird. I also feel bad for Boo Radley. Poor guy gets treated like crap by his abusive family. Will from Stranger Things. His childhood is ruined by traumatic events, and when he finally comes back his friends are too busy being in love to care. The entire 3rd season he's just trying to play D&D. It's infuriating. Luigi. Poor guy just wants to be treated as an equal to his brother, but he's always seen as player 2. Not right. Not fair. Ocarina of Time Link. Poor dude lived a tragedy. In BOTW Link lost. Fell asleep for 100 years. Woke up with all of his friends dead because of him. And is expected to fix everything. Tom from Tom and Jerry. Edit. Wow, lot of updates and Jerry hate. Woodhouse the butler from Archer. Treated like shit throughout the whole series by pretty much everyone. Missed out on his last chance to see his brother because of his a-hole boss. Reduced to living in an empty pool. Used as an online prostitute. Then died off screen a penniless and unloved heroin addict. Alucard will always annoy me because I didn't realize until SSBU that his name is just Dracula backwards. Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy. He ended up truly caring about Quill and the others. He sacrificed himself to ensure the safety and well-being of the others. I also loved that he called Groot Twig. I cried when he died. Kif. Stand in that hole so I look taller. Mrs. Everdeen from The Hunger Games. She loses her husband in a mine explosion. Then almost loses Katniss in The Hunger Games twice. And then Prim dies another explosion. Really mostly any second-born child of a royal family. Cause the first one, this is my heir, they shall inherit the throne. And the second one it's like, oh, and this Bob. And then wonder why Bob is such a mess. Thomas from the Maze Runner series of novels. That kid is put through a ridiculous amount of emotional and physical trauma only to have everything he's ever done be destroyed by himself. And then there's poor Chuck. He literally just wanted to be happy and didn't do anything to hurt anyone. The beginning of the Fever Code seriously made me feel for Thomas though too. Megamind. Neville Longbottom. His parents are alive but were tortured into insanity by Bellatrix when he was a baby. He never mentions them. And there's only one scene in the books where Harry gets a proper glimpse into Neville's life. During a visit to the St. Mungo's Hospital, Neville's parents are completely lost and don't even seem to recognize their son. I just find it incredibly poignant that what is ostensibly a comic relief character has such a tragic backstory, but in spite of that, in the face of deadly adversity, overcomes his fears and becomes a hero. Rue. The Ender Dragon. Imagine being the last of your kind and pregnant. Then some random dude comes to your home and slaughters you. Imagine being infinitely reborn by 4 crystals that were supposed to keep you alive, only to be slaughtered, again and again. Forever. The dude with the ice cream in Lilo and Stitch. Zuko. He turned out better for his experience, but that shouldn't have to have happened. The fish from SpongeBob who is always hurting his leg. Like, at this point it's not just a series of coincidences. It's a full-blown curse as whenever his leg recovers it is injured almost immediately after. When will the final injury ensue and he will be forced to amputate? Will we ever know? His life is a perpetual chain of events resulting in pain and suffering that cannot be stopped. Meg Griffin from Family Guy. Her family is insanely neglectful and abusive. She's bullied by everyone for no reason. And it seems like the universe just hates her. It's why she was one of the 3 characters whose name is part of the character trope titled Megwood the Wizard. Lenny from Of Mice and Men. Plankton. Celia Foot from The Help. She broke my heart. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.